and thanks for checking out the PCSS Connection podcast this week. I'm Buddy Pearson, the Communications and Marketing Supervisor. You know, there's been so much going on. I don't even know where to start. There's so many good things. Well, I'll tell you what, how about we start with one of our own students being elected the State Beta Club President. Landon Ernest, a junior at Upperman High School, was elected as the Tennessee Beta Club President during the annual Tennessee State Beta Convention. It was held recently at the Gaylord Opryland Hotel. Landon, along with 30 of his fellow students, participated in the annual convention and campaigned for Landon's presidency. The election was open to the over 4,000 Beta students in attendance at the convention. His term will begin in July of 2025 at the conclusion of the National Beta Convention. Landon also has the opportunity to run for national president this summer in Orlando, Florida. Try it again. And joining us now is Landon Ernest, who is the State Beta Club President. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Pearson.
Yeah. So what was that like? I mean, you go to this convention, there's like 4,000 people there.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
Yeah, and it's huge. And what made you want to run for president to begin with?
Well, the thing that really introduced me to the officer position was a woman named Emma Upton. She ran for vice president of the State of Tennessee Beta Club at the high school level, which is senior, about 2 years ago. And I was a major part of her campaign, and it was a really fun experience. And I really enjoyed it. And I was like, you know what? I think I'll do that.
And here you are.
Here I am.
So what exactly are the duties of the State Beta Club President?
So for the State Beta Club President, what it is you campaign for your own presidency, and then, of course, I won. And then for the next year, I will facilitate next year's Tennessee Senior Beta Convention is what I will do.
Oh, wow.
And along with that, I will also, once my office takes place in nationals, where I will also run for National Beta President in hopes to win that, I will also go around to other conventions around the nation, and I will help facilitate those as well. But the major thing I do is facilitate my own, which is in Tennessee.
Awesome. Now, do you have a strategy or some kind of an election strategy for when you go to the nationals in Orlando?
I'm pretty much going to do the same thing where I will just approach groups of people and just talk to them. And really, my favorite thing about campaigning this year was I got to meet a lot of new people, and I got to get to know more about them, and it was just a really fun experience.
So is this your first elected office?
At a state level, yes, because right now at the Upperman chapter, I'm the vice president of Beta Club, and I'm also the junior class president.
Okay, awesome.
For student council.
So is this something that you think you want to do, kind of politics and these kind of things?
Where I've won this, I've considered it slightly, but my major plans after I graduate high school are to go on and become a dentist.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Yes, sir.
So you're not going to be replacing Danny Holmes as the mayor of Baxter anytime soon?
Well, according to Dustin Williams, what he wrote in my yearbook, he said, you're going to do great as the mayor, but I don't believe that's the path I'm going to take.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Obviously, you're a junior at Upperman High School. Where did you go to elementary and middle school?
I've been at Baxter and Putnam County Schools my whole life. I've always strived to make good grades, and I've always strived to make this community a better place.
Oh, awesome. What do you think instilled you to want to do that? Are your parents very civic-minded, or?
I think it's really the religious side. I mean, I've grown up at Double Springs Church of Christ, and that's where I still attend. And that's really set me on the right path to strive to do well.
Yeah. Now that you have been elected State Beta Club President, does this kind of give you some confidence? Does it help motivate you? I mean, what really does it do for you individually?
Well, it gives me confidence, and mainly in the fact that some of the things we want to do is we want to establish an elementary chapter at Cornerstone Elementary and maybe some other elementary schools around the county, because Putnam County School, if to my knowledge, we do not have any elementary beta clubs. And there's 3 divisions of beta. There's elementary, junior, and senior, and that is elementary school, middle school, and high school.
So statewide, there are elementary schools that are involved in Beta Club.
There is. I think there are just as many junior conventions as there are senior conventions, but the states that do an elementary convention, there's about half that number. So there's several states that do beta conventions, right, and we only have about 6 states that are not that do not have active beta clubs, but beta is across the whole nation for the most part, but only the southeastern part, going as west as Texas and as north as Ohio, that have conventions. But elementary beta is just not as popular as it is in middle and high school.
Now, explain exactly what the Beta Club is.
Beta Club, it's a club that's focused around service and leadership, where we do service projects to help out different people. For example, October, we did a sock donation box, and we called it Socktober, is what it was called. And we would donate socks to the needy. And then some other, it's really focused around service and helping people.
Yeah. When you got into school, what made you want to get involved in Beta Club?
It was just an extracurricular activity, and I saw it, and I was like, this might be good for me. So I signed up for it, and it's set me on the right path, I feel like.
Yeah. Now, looking forward a little bit, you've got another year of high school. Have you thought about college at this point?
I have. So my plans are to attend Freed-Hardeman University and get a bachelor in pre-dentistry, and then go on to the UK, University of Kentucky, and get my dental license there.
All right. Well, you've got things planned out pretty well.
That's what I hope to do. Yeah.
So are you going to come back and practice here?
I would enjoy to come back and practice in Cookeville.
Great. Now, do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have one brother. He is 20 years old. His name is Logan Ernest.
Okay. And tell us who your parents are.
My parents are Bradley and Christy Ernest. My dad, he is a construction operator for Kiewit, and my mom, she is a dental assistant, or an expanded function dental assistant, and she works for Boston Smith and Driver, which is a dental office in Sparta, Tennessee.
So what's your favorite classes in school?
I've always enjoyed math. It's just something that's interested me, especially algebra and geometry, and that's just something that's always interested me, and I love it.
Yeah. Well, I would say you probably have to have a lot of math in order to go to dental school.
That's for sure.
Have you played any sports or anything like that? Do you have any hobbies?
I do marching band. I'm a member of marching band at Upperman High School, the Upperman High School Regiment of Black, and I also do disc golf and golf.
Nice.
I play those recreationally. No, not with school.
Now, what instrument do you play?
I play the drums. I'm a percussionist.
Oh, great. Awesome. A very well-rounded young man, Landon Ernest. Congratulations on becoming the state Beta Club president. And obviously, you are very impressive. You have a lot of things going on. I'm going to probably guess you make good grades as well.
That's what Granny tells me. She sees my name in the paper for the A honor roll.
Well, thanks so much. And please continue doing what you're doing and just be an example for other students. You seem to be very motivated, well put together, and you have a focus of what you want to do.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Well, during a time of being thankful and giving, the Putnam County school system has been on the receiving end of some nice gifts for the CTE classes recently. Milwaukee Tools made a generous donation for students at Cookeville High, Upperman, and Monterey, giving students an opportunity to work with the best and allow money that would normally be spent on tools to be spent on something else to benefit the classes. And Cookeville Heating and Cooling has provided a workspace at CHS to help students gain HVAC experience. There was a ribbon cutting in Randy Mansell's class where students will be building a home to auction off at the end of the school year. And joining us now is Randy Mansell, the Cookeville High carpentry teacher, and there's been a lot of exciting stuff going on with donations and just all kinds of good stuff. So, Randy, I know it's like Christmas has come early for your department.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Milwaukee Tools. We were there when they had them all spread out on the table, and everybody seemed pretty excited. Is that something that really benefits your class?
Oh, absolutely. We were already using Milwaukee Tools, but we had to purchase those things.
Really?
And, it's the cream of the crop, the Cadillac of tools. So
yeah.
The kids were excited about it, and we were very grateful, for the help.
You see businesses like that donate to Cookeville High School. They want your students to use the best. That's got to motivate you as a teacher too, does it not?
Sure. And we had various brands of, buying tools from the money that the kids had raised. We had, catch something on sale at Lowe's and you pick it up. Well,
right.
We can use this, So we had various brands. And then Several years ago, Steve Vandervoorty came on board with our program and started coming out and spending a couple days working with the kids. Of course, all of his men had professional grade Milwaukee tools.
Right.
And after that point, my kids they couldn't use the other things that we had.
Gotta have
They
Milwaukee.
said, this stuff's no good. We
Yeah.
got to have Milwaukee. And I thought, if they're paying that much attention to it,
Right.
this is something that's important.
Yeah.
So,
And we do appreciate Milwaukee.
Absolutely.
Making those donations to help your class and
huge,
other
yeah.
classes
Yeah.
in the county. And then Cookeville Heating and Cooling. Tell us a little bit about what they've done. We saw the ribbon cutting and with all that, but kind of explain what the benefit that really helps the program.
Okay. Cookeville Heating and Cooling has put in a full metal lab in our shop that will be where the kids will actually make their return air vents and their boots and the metal ductwork that goes in the house for the HVAC unit.
Right.
We sell our house at the end of the year, and the electrical is finished from the panel box out, but there's no HVAC. That's up to the homeowner to get whoever they want. But we're going to go ahead and have some things roughed in.
Okay.
Hopefully save the homeowner some money.
Wow.
When they set their house up,
Yeah.
And Cookeville Heating and Cooling has been watching what we're doing with Vandervoorty, and I know several people over there, and they said, hey, we want in on this. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
So you saw the things that they had purchased and put in the shop, and they're going to send technicians over to work with the kids. So not only are we going to put the return air duct and the boots in the floor and everything, we're going to run our thermostat wires. We're going to run the HVAC wires. All the people are going to have to do when they buy the house is just hook it up.
Now, I know creating a house and then auctioning it off is one of the things that you do. Have you started production on the house yet?
We have. We're under roof. We're in the dry. We got the windows in and the roof's on it. And the next thing will be the electrical. Mm-hmm. We'll start on that, get our electrical inspection, and then start insulating and be ready for drywall.
And now, how big of a house is it?
It's 1,540 square feet.
Okay.
So just under 1,600 square feet.
And when you have auctioned these off in the past, what's some of the prices that they've brought?
The previous 3 years have been from $98,000 to $134,000.
Wow.
So,
and that's still a great deal.
It's a great deal.
Yeah.
As a builder, I can attest to that.
Yeah, and that's money that goes into your program.
Yes.
I mean, you guys do the labor, you do the work, and so you should only reap the benefits from that.
Right.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been at Cookeville High School?
I've been there since 97, 98, so this is my 38th house with the kids at Cookeville High School.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, have you always taught here in Putnam County?
Well, since 97, 98.
Yeah.
And before that, I built houses with my father for 20 years. He was a contractor and built custom homes, so that was my background.
Yeah.
And the CTE director for Putnam County in those days was a fellow named Don Sadler, and Don and I were friends, and we played music together with Jack Salee, and we had a little band, and we were sitting at my house one night picking some tunes, and Don said, man, I wish you'd teach the class at Cookeville High School. And I just, kind of offhandedly said, well, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And that was that.
38 years later.
Yeah, no kidding, man. 28 years.
28 years.
Yeah.
So tell us about your background. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Putnam County. I've lived on Pfeiffer Mountain for 63 years. So
that's been home.
Yeah, that's kind of home.
So where did you go to school in Putnam County?
The old Putnam County High School.
Yeah.
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 Class of 80.
Class of 80. What about elementary school and middle school?
Well, actually, kindergarten through third grade, Dry Valley School was still a public school.
Yeah.
And Herbie Merritt and his wife were the principal and teacher, and we had first through eighth grade in one classroom.
Is that right?
How in the world did they do that? But we did it, and that was the last year that was a public school, and I went to Capshaw and finished up elementary school.
Wow.
in Cookville Junior High, and
Yeah. Putnam County High
then the
School.
Cavaliers. Yeah.
Playing music. So how did that start?
I've always done that. Living up on Pfeiffer Mountain, everybody up there played something, even if it's just a radio. So my mom played guitar and piano, and it was the other. There was only 4 of us boys up there, and 3 of us played guitar.
Really?
So
you had to have a band.
If we'd had a bass player or a drummer, I think we would have.
You'd have gone big.
Yeah, we'd have been big.
So what instruments do you play? Guitar? Anything else?
Guitar.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, are you still playing music in different places?
Still play, not out very much. I've got a music room at my house, and my friends come over, and we have a large time.
A little jam session.
Just still play, yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I guess you see in education where the classroom changes a lot, as technology changes, where, you go from calculators to computers to all these things. What about your classroom? How does it change as far as technology, or is everything pretty much the same? You still got hammers and nails and saws and the same thing, but has technology improved it any?
It has improved it some with laser levels and shooting grade and doing stuff like that. But someone like me, that if you're in the business, you change with the times. It's such a gradual curve that you really don't notice it until you think back. You think back years ago about the way you used to do things, and things have improved. Probably the biggest change in building is the materials that we use now.
Okay.
Some things it's hard to get that is the quality as good as what we got in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Other things are a lot better. Beams and things that you can buy now that we used to have to build, manufacture on the job site, makes for a really good structure.
Yeah.
And so you just kind of stay with the trends, and it's pretty easy to keep up.
What about the students? Has the students changed? Have they evolved over the years?
That's a good question, because Jack Salee was one of my best friends, and we played music together. Of course, I'm Putnam County school teacher forever, and I asked Jack that question when they started talking to me about teaching. I said, "What about the kids? Have they changed? Have they?" And he laughed at me, and he goes, "They're just the same as you and I were." Well, there was an age gap between me and Jack,
right.
But he said, "They're just like I was, and they're just like you were."
Yeah.
And I found that to be very true. I feel like that our society and our world has changed a great deal.
Right.
But kids inherently are just the same.
Awesome.
Yeah. I haven't noticed any difference. You'll have groups that you take to more than others, but all in all, kids they're the same day in and day out.
Does it seem like there's a big emphasis on trades now, more so than maybe 10 or 15 years ago?
Since I've been teaching, there's been an emphasis on it because of the lack of manpower.
Mm-hmm.
People can't hire help,
Yeah.
And if I can get kids job ready, that's the thing with like my curriculum in carpentry is building and framing and putting a structure up, getting it under roof.
Right.
But we do plumbing, electrical. Gary Brown from Putnam Plumbing is going to start this year working with the kids.
Wow.
Vandervoort's been helping with the electric. Now Cookville Heating and Cooling is going to come over and work a couple times every 9 weeks with the students. So we're putting different tools in their belt. Maybe they take my class and they think they want to be a builder, and then they get their hands on electrical or HVAC work, and they go, "Man, this is what I want to do."
Yeah.
And so we're trying to make it a broad thing, conducive to all things construction.
Yeah. How many students do you have in your classes?
I have 105 this year.
Is that the most you've ever had?
No. We're on traditional schedule now, and I have 7 classes a day, 25 kids per class.
Okay.
But that total's probably skewed a little bit. We have My first 2 classes are double booked.
Gotcha.
That's my advanced class. So they are in my class first and second period.
Ah,
They do that to accommodate me so that when we go out of the building onto the job site, we can stay and get some things done.
okay.
And then my carpentry 1 class is the same way. They're double booked.
Yeah.
So, if you count heads each class, I've got 105. But
Yeah.
some of those kids are in their 2 periods.
Wow. So 28 years. How many more years you got?
I don't know. It's funny. I talked to Miss Vester today about that very thing, and I'm committed to next year.
1 year at a time.
1 year. I'm coming back next year, and it's going to be the best year ever.
Yeah. You can stick around till you're 30. I mean, till you get 30 years in.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Randy Mansell, the carpenter teacher at Cookeville High School and music extraordinaire, builder extraordinaire. Man, we appreciate you being here and a lot of exciting stuff. All these donations, of course, we appreciate everybody in the community that continues to pour into the students, whether it's with their time or whether it's resources. It really benefits your program and the students.
Absolutely. It's good for the kids, and hopefully they can give something back to the community.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
All right.
And in the spirit of giving, the 3rd annual Shop with a Hero took place this week. Select students from around Putnam County schools were given $250 to shop at Academy Sports with an EMS responder. The event is sponsored by Nissan and Academy Sports, and it always puts a smile on everyone who participates.
So today we have gathered 60 students from across the district, chosen by counselors, to participate in a shopping spree put on by the local law enforcement, fire, rescue, EMS, park rangers. They're all here in partnership with Academy and Nissan of Cookeville to throw this amazing event. All the students get $250 each to spend on Christmas, and it's one of my favorite days of the year.
Nissan is always loves to give back to the community. We always want to be a part of the community. We always want to give back to the community, and we feel like this is a great cause, especially during the holiday season, where some kids maybe don't get the opportunities that others may. We love to be a part of giving back.
This is just a great thing for the community to see these kids out here shopping and, and see the smiles on their faces. It's just such a joy. We love doing it every year. The great partnership with Mike and the organization it's fantastic.
Got over 60 first responders from police officers, firefighters, state troopers. This year I've got park rangers, I've got flight nurses, people from Putnam County EMS, every entity, including Nissan of Cookeville as well. Well, a lot of times first responders, we encounter the public on sometimes their worst day, and this just kind of brings a light to the kids, and the first responders gets to see everybody in a better light when they're having fun.
Tell me what all you got.
Clothes, a rock tumbler, geodes, some clocks, a blanket for my dad.
Did you get some good stuff?
Yeah.
What all did you get?
Roller skates, knee pads, and a hoverboard.
Nice.
Everything on her list.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Awesome. that's going to do it for this week. I hope you've had a great week. We enjoyed our first snow day this past week. We'll see if there's any more on the horizon. It is cold, so God bless and stay warm.